Welcome everyone to the DAZN Boxing Show. We've been doing this together, guys, for a couple of years, and it's not often that a fight finishes and I'm genuinely speechless with a performance. And we've seen some special fighters, right? We've seen some really good fighters over the years. We've watched them live, right? We've been here for big ones. We've been here for Golovkin a couple of times, Canelo a few times as well. That was by far the best performance I've seen live from any boxer ever.
And who he did it against makes it that much better. I mean, we're talking about a guy that has dominated the welterweight division for years. A guy that most guys really didn't want to get in the ring with, in Errol Spence Jr. The way he dominated that guy is more than impressive. I mean, we already had him at pound for pound at #1 for quite a while now, you know, above the Canelos and the Inoues. This was the fight. What I saw in that performance was frustration from being blackballed. Wanting to prove himself for so long, wanting to show the world that he's better and not getting the opportunity, and it took this long. He let it out all in that ring tonight.
First, I like to hear you admit that he's the best fighter in the world, if you believe so. Not just because I said it.
No, he's the best fighter in the world. I think it goes beyond that. He's not
better
just
than Inoue, right?
Yeah, he's better than Inoue, yeah, pound for pound. Look, we're talking pound for pound #1 and 2. They're both are very, very good. It's not just best fighter in the world, because that almost, I feel that's not enough. That almost just says he's the best fighter now.
Right.
I think there needs to be a discussion, and we can have that discussion another time about where he lies.
Great.
Yeah,
He's an all-time great
because he's phenomenal.
Though I'm happy with seeing something like that, seeing dominance like that at that particular level, I can't help but feel his speech afterwards and say, that's right, he was blackballed.
Yeah.
2018, he moved up to 147, and he called out Thurman and Spence and all of the PBC fighters then, but only got Horn and that WBO, and he was on that WBO trap all of that time and couldn't get the guys. So now he's 35 years old, just showing everybody that he's the best fighter there is.
And you know, watching that fight, it takes me back. I was thinking how smart he was fighting, right? How he was taking away Errol's jab, how he was catching it and shooting the strongest jab I've ever seen Bud throw in a fight, which leads me to believe that this guy can adjust to any style. People were saying,
let me just add on that real quick.
I'll let you get it, but I gotta go.
One camp, he changed his jab in one camp.
In one camp. Listen, this guy has been in fights where people complain about he gets hit too much. He takes too many defensive risks. And you said it often. He does it when he can, when he knows that he can. And we both said going into this fight on every show during the week that, hey, he's not going to fight Spence that way. He will not fight Spence that way. This is the smartest fighter in all of boxing. And we saw that from the first round. I mean, catch and shooting, he's a master at distance. And I even saw like a little Shakur in there at times. This guy is one of the best fighters I've ever seen in my life. And I'm talking about, I've watched tape from the 30s, 40s, 50s. It was so impressive to watch. And I do feel a little bad for Errol Spence, such a great fighter. I mean, the way he was dismantled, the way his face looked, the look of defeat.
Never
gave up. He was a straight warrior.
Yeah, I tweeted, I think around round 6, like, credit to Spence for trying. He started digging to the body. He was trying things, but everything he tried just wasn't good enough. Everything he threw, Terence had an answer for it. We didn't even see Terence switch it. He didn't need to. I said as well, there are a few more gears Terence has got if he needs to. He didn't need to go to those gears. We saw
a right-handed fighter beat the best fighter in that division, a three-time champ in that division, in a left-handed stance. The whole fight.
The whole fight.
And was poised, was calm, was never out of breath.
Never.
So much of that reminded me of Floyd, it was ridiculous.
And
it was nice to see Floyd there as well. Floyd ringside, they show Floyd. I love when they show the crowd.
Oh, the crowd.
And finally they show Floyd, and Floyd got the respect as well from the crowd.
And
did you see that time when he hurt Spence and then he kind of looked over, he winked at somebody? I was wondering if that was
Floyd.
Floyd.
It might have been Floyd. It might have been Floyd. But when you talk about the knockdowns, right? You mentioned the knockdown. I mean, normally when a guy knocks a fighter down, he's usually catching so much leverage on his shots. But I said it yesterday. This guy uses the momentum. We saw it against Kell Brook. He's done it before with other fighters. He doesn't waste energy or shots. So the power is incredible. Barak says it all the time, but the shots look just like arm shots, like they had nothing on them, no mustard on them, but that's how hard he hits. It was super impressive, and maybe we'll see Errol Spence move up at 154. He has been at 147 for very long. Maybe that affected him. I'm not creating excuses for him. What I'm saying, He's a phenomenal fighter, and maybe I'd like to see what he can do at 154.
The problem
100%.
the problem he has of going to 154 is Terence will chase him to 154 pounds as well. Yeah, I mean, look, Terence has been at the weight for a few years as well. He's 35. He's going to be growing out of the weight class as well. 147 pounds ain't easy for him. If there's a challenge at 154, he'll go to 154.
100%. He already said that he wants Jamel Charlo. We know that's not going to be next now because of Canelo and coming down. Who knows? But listen, can we just talk about that crowd?
Oh.
Can we talk about how star-studded that crowd
Oh,
was?
Well,
hey, one
names
second.
everywhere.
1 second. Me and Ak went into the VIP room.
Yes,
I
yes.
mean, can we name some of the names that are in
Did
that
they
room?
think you was someone else?
No. We
At
know.
first,
We
they
know
thought
how
I was
it's
Drake, and then they realized, all right, that's not Drake. No, but seriously, I mean,
Chris
from
Brown.
Chris Brown,
Shannon Sharp was in there.
Chance the Rapper,
Right.
DeMarcus Cousin, NBA superstar, was there as well.
and
I
everybody in
seen
between
Cardi
was-
B come a little late to the party. I saw her in there.
But no, that was just a little test of what was in the building that night. There was everybody was in that room.
Yeah.
And
And
you think
that's-
that's
and
going to reflect the pay-per-view?
I
Because
hope
you know
so.
when the
I hope
crowd
so.
comes and the celebrities come, they tweet.
I
They're
hope so.
tweeting. They're
You know what it
tweeting.
is as well?
There also
They're
a lot
posting.
of people from
aside,
Dallas.
aside from that, look, I mean, pay-per-view numbers is good. That doesn't affect us. I love to see big-time boxing back.
Right.
Me growing up and watching, stand up till 6 in the morning in the UK watching American boxing,
Yes.
ringside was all the superstars.
Yes.
Jack Nicholson was there. Sylvester Stallone was. I like to
Denzel
see that
Washington.
back now. Denzel was
It's
there.
coming back.
It's
Only-
coming back now.
Only problem with this particular fight, right? It was so one-sided that we can't look back and say this was one of those classic fights. It's
Yeah.
a classic performance by
Classic
a fighter.
matchup.
Right.
Classic
Yeah,
matchup
yes,
and
it was-
classic
And a
performance.
classic performance,
but
like
not
you
a
said.
classic fight. So it
Right.
will always go down as what a dominating punishment type of
Right.
performance by Terence
But there is a
Crawford.
rematch clause in there.
Right,
There
but
is a rematch
I'm glad
clause.
you brought that up.
Terence said he'll do it again. Errol said he'll do it again. Do we
Hopefully
need to
at
see that
154.
again?
No,
Do we
look,
need to see
at
that again?
147, I don't think the demand will be there. I don't think we'll get this turnout. Now, let's wait and see what the pay-per-view numbers are come next week. We know that takes a couple of weeks always to get the accurate number. Let's see. Maybe we'll hit that million mark. And maybe if the fight is at 54, we can resell it, re-promote it, because we'll use the fact that
The casual
he'll be
fans won't
stronger.
know the difference. The
You'll-
casual fans will just see
Do you
Terence
hear the way they're
Crawford
talking
versus
about you
Errol
guys?
Spence.
Do you hear the way they're
The
talking about
casual
you guys?
fans will just see
Disrespectful,
Terence
this guy.
Crawford versus
I mean-
Errol Spence. They won't even think the weight thing.
I mean, you're bringing up a great point. Maybe nobody wants to see this fight again, but it's on paper. And Bud is a guy, you know, a man of his word. He's a solid dude. He gave him the opportunity to become undisputed. I'm pretty sure Bud will give him the opportunity, whether it be at 54 or 147. So maybe it won't be as successful, but the fight has to happen again, in my opinion.
I always say I don't like rematches, no matter who win or lose. But at the end
Really?
of the day,
You-
I always say that. I do
No
not like
Gotti Ward rematch? Did you like that rematch?
No, we like
unless
them. When they
it's
happen,
close.
we like
No,
them, but they
unless
yeah.
it's close. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
right.
then you like close ones, yeah.
Exactly. I don't like rematches unless it's close. Normally, because I want that winner to go on to fight
on.
somebody else and submit his legacy. Your legacy is about who you fought and how many people you fought. But it's on paper. It's going to be another $20 million night. Why not? I know they're going to want to do it.
What a week for boxing, by the way. The two pound for pound best fighters in the world put on clinics. We saw Inoue in Japan Tuesday destroy Stephen Fulton. We thought that was going to be close. Let's be honest, a lot of people thought that could be close. And now we saw, I put my hands up, the pound for pound number one, Terence Crawford, do that to Errol Spence, who was no worse than number 5. He just done that to a guy that's ranked no worse than number 5 and undefeated in the weight class. Gentlemen, I've enjoyed myself tonight.
Yes,
So
sir.
did
Honestly,
I.
I've enjoyed myself tonight. Terence Crawford reminded everyone that he is the big fish.
Yes.
He's the big dog.
I'm a little unhappy because I placed some green bucks down on round 11 and 12 for Terence to stop Errol Spence. I thought he would last that long, so I lost out on money today, but I'm happy that a friend won a big fight.
No,
Was I the only one excited about the ring walk?
Oh,
wait a
sorry.
minute.
One
We're not gonna
second.
bring this
Oh,
up. Am I the only one
let's
that
reel
went
it back.
crazy when I saw Eminem?
Oh my!
And when he said, "Oh my
Let's
God!"
reel-
By the
I'm
way,
glad
by the
you
way,
brought that
only
up.
one?
Not just the ring walk. We need to go back from the weigh-in.
The weigh-in
He's done this
entrance.
back to back now.
Yes.
I mean, it's not just undisputed back to back.
He gave us a show.
He gave
during
us
the
a
weigh-in.
show in the weigh-in.
concert.
From a guy that people say, oh, he's boring, he's not, he's soft-spoken, he doesn't talk too much.
Yeah.
I've never seen a weigh-in walking that, and Eminem has never walked anybody out.
Never.
Ever. He doesn't go, look, I got
He's an icon.
Eminem
He
doesn't
doesn't
come
walk
to
people
boxing
out.
like
He
that.
doesn't walk people out.
No,
He's an
put it this way.
icon.
I literally got a text from some members of the
Eminem.
G Unit team, and they said Eminem doesn't come out of his house for nobody. Nobody. And he did it for Bud because he is genuinely his favorite
You know what I'm
fighter.
upset about? The final thing. We got to wrap. We're so busy.
You might gotta say the same thing I'm gonna say.
Wait. I'm upset that he's 35. This is different. I'm upset
That's what I
Bud's
hate.
35. You know why?
I hate
Because
about that.
I want 10 more years of Bud.
Yeah,
Because I
saying.
feel like some people have only just seen this Bud that
Right.
you've seen for years
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Because it's now, it's almost like someone's brought this out in him.
So in other words,
And I
he
wanna
would be
see-
so much
he
of a
would be
superstar.
He would be enormous.
Yeah.
This kind of Bud with this kind of character.
Yeah, I
35.
agree with you. That's
Let's
a
be
good
honest.
point.
I mean, I know he doesn't drink and he lives the life, but really and truly, he's probably got 3 years left at the very top.
And that's
I want
a
10.
lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
'Cause
I want
nobody's
10.
really dominant at that age except Floyd.
God,
I mean, and
But
there are a
imagine
lot.
if he wasn't blackballed and was fighting these guys at 31.
Oh, look, that's spilled
Oh my
milk. Let's
God.
not think about that.
I
Let's be
can't.
positive. Let's be
All right.
optimistic. What's
Fine.
ahead,
Tell
right?
us to be positive.
Let's
All right.
be a little
Let's be
optimistic.
positive.
Three
You got it.
three years.
Come
3
on.
years is at least 6 fights.
Hey, you know, he hit six fights. Six fights.
I like
Six
that.
fights.
6 fights indeed. What a night. Gentlemen, I think it's fair to say Bud came and conquered.
Yes.
Who would he
Indeed.
conquer next?